stars? Well, it must be 10% of that.
Yeah. We bought just under 11%, 10.7%. I like stars.
Alrighty.
You know, stars says that they're going after the underserved. That's code for black. Don't tell anybody. so if you're gonna go after us, maybe we should own it. Right? So if you're chasing us, we should own it. So Steve Mnuchin used to be my banker before he got into politics. He was Treasury Secretary. And I saw that he owned 11%, just under 11%. And I called him up and I said, hey, do you want to own this stake in Stars? It's publicly traded. And he said, because I said, are you willing to sell it? He said, not at these prices. And I said, well, I didn't give you a price. I just asked you a question. Are you willing to sell it? He said, let me think about it. He called me back. He said, I'll sell it for $25 million. I said, no problem. Let's do it. We'll close tomorrow. So I bought it. And it was a key move because it's hard to buy close to 11% of a company without driving up the price because you're buying so many shares. So I was able to get it done quietly and under the radar. It was a really good move for us because we ended up being the second largest stockholder instantly. And now we have a seat at the table. And so I've made it very clear I plan to buy the whole company. I want to control that company. My first preference would be to keep it public and to take 52% of it and just control it. But they immediately adapted a poison pill and they said, hold up! We do not want you to own this company or control this company. So they took a poison pill to stop it. And I said, that's okay. You know, that won't stop me. It'll just delay us, but we will eventually get what we want. My preference is for it to stay public and for me to control it 51% or greater. But if I have to, I'll buy the whole company, fire everybody, fire the board, not the people working here, get rid of the board or resisting me, and then take it back public.
Have you reached out to somebody like 50 Cent? I mean, to me, 50 Cent is the person who put Stars on the map.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have not.
Okay.
I didn't want to put him in a bad place and, having to, figure out which side, just let him stay neutral, which I think is a smart place to stay. Let us duke it out in terms of who's going to own it, who's going to control it. But I'm highly confident eventually I will control Stars.
Can we go back to the beginning for people that don't know? You started off as a stand-up comic.
Yes.
And you've created such an amazing fortune. Can you start with how you started? What gave you the mind frame? And what made you think, I love comedy, but I want to go this route as well? So start from there.
You know what? Thank you for asking that question. Early on, I figured out it's not show business, it's business show. And I started approaching it as a business. And that's important to me, that we approach things as a business. And so that's how I started. Started from my dining room table. First I was a comedian, started at 14 years old. As you know my story, my mom got pregnant with me when she was 16, had me 17 days after her 17th birthday, so born to a teenage mom in Detroit, Michigan, April of 61, born with no civil rights. And they murdered Martin Luther King in April of 68. And we went to, Detroit got lit up like a Christmas tree. And we ended up going to LA for a 2-week vacation and ended up staying there. And my mom was like, okay, we're here. We're gonna, we stayed on a lot of sofas, slept in a lot of sofas and spare bedrooms because she was a single mom with a kid that she had when she was 17. And I'm really blessed. My mom is not only, she's brilliant and she's beautiful. And she ended up going to UCLA and getting her master's degree in cinema TV production. And because she got her master's degree in cinema TV production,
trying to guess the voices if I catch them late.
In the world, UCLA, she was able to go ask for jobs. And she went all over the country and asking for jobs, all over town asking for jobs. And there was a lot of those. And she got to NBC and she said, you have a job here? I said, no. She said, do you have an intern program where I can work here for free and show you my passion for the business? And they said, no, we do not have an intern program where you can work here for free. And she asked a question that changed our lives forever. She said, will you please start one with me? Wow. And they said, yes. And that changed everything. So my mom couldn't afford childcare, so she took her son to work with her. And so I would go to the studio and wait for my mom to get off from work in the summer and after school, and I was standing there just like a little kid, wallpaper up against the wall, and I'm watching this guy named Johnny Carson do the Tonight Show. And then I would walk across the hall and I'd watch Red Fox tape Sanford and Son. This is summer of '75.
Wow.
And then I would walk across the hall and watch Freddie Prinze and Jack Albertson do Chico Man. And then I would watch Bob Hope do his specials. And I would watch George Burns, all of these great comedians, Richard Pryor do the Flip Wilson show. I would watch Flip Wilson tape his show. And I thought, what a wonderful way to go through life, making people laugh. So Gladys Knight and the Pips had a summer show, summer of '75, and they had a